everybody. How are you? You doing great? You should be doing amazing. Do I have any Americans in the audience? Sometimes you feel really alone, don't you? I bet most of you, however, know what today is. It's Thanksgiving. Yes, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I am very thankful to you because you're here learning how to be better, smarter, more efficient. You are really embracing the opportunity to improve yourselves, and credit to you for doing that. Now, I'm not just thankful to you. I am, of course, thankful to my family because, we like to do that. Now, I realize it might be hard to believe, but I actually have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old at home. I know you're all surprised by that because of my youthful demeanor. Now, my 7-year-old and 3-year-old, if you've ever tried to get youngsters to do something, it can be a bit challenging, right? But my kids are amazing. Here they are, actually. Now, I realize you probably thought I was talking about human kids, right? I have those too, but they're not this age. They're much older, and they're not nearly as cute nor as well-trained as these two. So the interesting thing about having things that you're thankful for means that you work that much harder to make sure that they are being the absolute best and most fantastic they can possibly be. And I wanted to give you something to be thankful for too. So if you will look on your tables or around you, you've got a card in front of you. Does everybody see that? Perfect. Everybody see those cards? Wonderful. Now, these cards have a couple of different purposes. The first thing is that on one side, you'll see 10 sparks. These are 10 questions that you can take back to your teams and your groups, even to your clients, and you can use one of these questions every week in order to drive innovative thinking and technology adoption. Now, on the other side, it says smart prompting, and we're going to talk about that more in a minute. But these cards have another purpose as well, and that is that they can be used as voting instruments. Because we're really high tech like that. And sometimes it's nice to have something in your hand. So let's try it, shall we? If you are a dog person, please raise your card. Dog people. Oh, I do love this country. Dog people. Okay, perfect. If you are a cat person, please raise your cards. Oh, we've a very enthusiastic cat person. We don't usually see cats that enthusiastic. Wonderful. If you have not yet raised your card, it is probably because you are that person that drinks the last bit of milk in the jug, straight from the jug, and then puts it back in the fridge. If you're that person, raise your card. Oh, I knew we had a few of you in here. You have a lot to answer for. But what is amazing when we think about who we are as people is that it also then translates to how we leverage technology. So in this group, we have an array of people. We have people who go from AI reluctant, meaning that when they think about technology, they're like, whoa, not so fast. There's a lot of stuff to be worried about here. We get people who are AI curious. Wow, this has got some interesting potential. I could consider this at some point. We've got people who are AI ready, which, by the way, is the majority of people fall into curious and ready. AI ready people are starting to leverage AI and technology, and they're looking for new ways to embrace it. And then we have AI empowered people. Who here considers themselves to be AI empowered? Like, you are absolutely kicking ass and taking names. Good, we have a couple of people over here. That's amazing. So let's start off with just a simple question. When you think about technology and you think about AI, how many of you are currently leveraging AI right now in sales? Raise your cards. Raise your cards if you're using AI right now in sales. If you're using AI in your everyday life, raise your card. Everybody, raise your card. Everybody, raise your card. Here's a hint. Yes is the answer. Who used a GPS to get here today? Most of us, right? Does anybody remember this move? What is this move? The A to Z. The A to Z. When I first moved to the UK in 1998, I was traveling around the country, consulting on tech projects all over the country, and this was an exercise I got very good at, opening the A to Z. And maybe an even better test of your ability to leverage tech and how dependent we've become on tech is please raise your card, and this is just a test to see if you guys are willing to be honest. If you have your spouse, partner, or your children's cell phone number memorized, Who still has a phone number memorized? A few people. Who doesn't have a phone number memorized, right? I would be in serious trouble if I had to call and I didn't have my phone in front of me. Technology is the transformer, and it is the great equalizer. Through AI and technology like AI, we are able to transform the way that we do business. Not only that, but it is going to transform our ability to interact with our clients and our prospects. The truth is, however, that AI is just a tool. And like all tools, it is up to us to know when to use it and how to use it, and which tool is the right one for the job. Have you ever bought one of those tool boxes, that come in a kit and you open it up and everything is in its perfect place and everything fits just right? And then you take out your first tool and you look at it and you go, that's never going to go back in the box. Well, AI is a bit like that. Once you take the tools out, it's never going to go back in the box. You're going to be able to use it all the time to transform the way that you do business. So the first question is, does AI really matter? So raise your cards, please, if you think AI is going to change the way that you do business. Let's see it. Who thinks it's going to change the way that you do business? Pretty much everybody. In some way, shape, or form, AI is going to change the way that you do business. So the next question is, how much? 78% of sales professionals say that it will support them to do critical work. It's going to enable them to free up time so that they can do the things that are more valuable in their sales repertoire. Things like building rapport, embracing client relationships, making better connections. But maybe that leads to the next question, which is whether or not your organization is supporting you in that endeavor. We just saw that most people see the impact that AI will have. Please raise your card if your organization is actively supporting you as you delve into AI. Everybody take a minute and look around. There are a few, but probably about 10% of organizations. So despite the fact that it is a tool that can transform the way that you do business, organizations are yet to embrace that and support their teams, their staff, and their leaders to actually bring that out and put it to the forefront. If we think about how sales can be transformed with AI, let's just look at some of the ways I've used AI in just a single day. I started by using AI to do some market research. Real-time analysis of what's happening in the market, what's going on with certain customer bases. Not only that, but also competitive intelligence. How is my information, my product, my service comparing with my competitor? What is our messaging compared to theirs? From there, I can use a tool like Perplexity in order to actually start to research for prospects. I was working with a company in Kansas not too long ago, and in just 5 minutes, we were able to identify 10 new potential suppliers for them. They're a specialty steel manufacturer and remanufacturer, and they buy steel products, remanufacture them, and then deploy them again. Now, in 10 minutes, we were able to generate new potential suppliers for them. Take that on the other side, we spent another 10 minutes actually finding 20 new prospects that they could reach out to. Within a week, they had signed 2 new suppliers and were in talks with several new prospects. What would that be like for you? If in just a few minutes you could generate new prospects that actually matched your ideal buyer. Pretty spectacular, right? We could go on from that. Who's on LinkedIn? Everybody on LinkedIn? Perfect. Do you love writing replies on LinkedIn? Thanks. Really appreciate the comment. Thanks for chiming in. Thumbs up. But imagine being able to use AI to write personalized, valuable, and frankly, really well-crafted replies to your LinkedIn messages. What a difference that could make. I've used it to automate tasks. I've used it to analyze sales calls. Being able to record your conversations with prospects and then be able not only to generate insights from those calls, what were they worried about, what are they looking forward to, what were the signals to purchase, but also to take those insights and share them back with your product teams, with your service teams. And if you want to really impress your clients, send them a summary of the call. all of a sudden, we are able to provide a better experience for people when we sell with them. I've used it to generate hundreds of personalized video messages in a matter of minutes. Being able to personalize is one of the great hallmarks of leveraging AI technology. And of course, writing emails. Who's using ChatGPT? Perfect. We're going to talk a little bit more about ChatGPT in a second. And if you do all of these things, you get this incredible bonus. You get to use these same tools to actually do some holiday planning. So now you can actually find something really good to do in Lanzarote for a change. So here's your big tip. Your big tip when you think about ChatGPT is that ChatGPT is not your assistant like most people might think. Think about ChatGPT and other AI tools that exist right now, and they're going to change so much over the coming years. But think about those tools right now as your new intern. And if you think about it like an intern, it can change the way that you interact with it, and in doing so, you'll get better results. For example, you need to set your expectations. Who's ever had an intern before? A few people have had interns? Okay, excellent, great. Would you say, I don't know, ask your intern to write an email to your prospect and then send it without reading it? So some actual fear there for a second. Gosh, no, I would never allow them to do that. And yet, we might expect that from AI. Not only that, but if you invest in the best, it can make a big difference as well. Those of you that are using ChatGPT, how many are using GPT Plus? You're paying for ChatGPT. Just a couple of people. Okay, perfect. So we just said that it's an intern. The difference between using GPT 3.5 and the difference between using GPT-4 is the difference between having a 12-year-old intern and a 22-year-old intern. Has anybody ever tried to work with a 12-year-old? It's not good, right? We're not going to get the kind of results that we would like. So it's important that we invest in this technology so that we're using the latest and greatest that it has to offer. We have never been in a world where the technology is moving so fast and that technology is so consumerized that we're doing it on our own. Normally, what's happened in the past is that we have support from our organization to embrace new technology, to take that technology, to implement it. We have change management in place, and we are learning how to use the software before it even goes live. Now, you're on your own. This is the Wild West, as we like to say in America. This is the Wild West of technology. So you have to take more ownership of leveraging this technology to its fullest. Next, it's important to train and coach that technology. We're rarely going to get the right response the first time out. Just like with an intern, the more feedback I give it, the more information to give it, the more context I provide, the better the information is that we're going to get back and the better results we're going to get back. And last but not least, be responsible. As we're thinking about how we use this technology, one of the number one fears that I hear when I work with people is that they're afraid of what this technology will do, how it will look, how it will act, whether it will be ethical, whether it will give me the right responses or not. And consequently, people are reticent of it. So the key here is to be responsible in how you use it. Check your data, check your results. It's only as good as the information that it has at its disposal. The latest version of ChatGPT has real-time access to the internet, and it also can take in your own data through custom GPT. So imagine being able to create your own custom GPT full of your own sales collateral, your own data, your product information, your customer information, your support tickets, everything. And now you can interact with it and ask it specific questions in your tone, in your style, with your data, and generate better results. Pretty powerful stuff. So your takeaway is to learn the skills and tools. Now on these cards, you'll have a couple of different things. And one of them I said was perfect prompting. When we think about how to interact with ChatGPT, I've provided a structure that you can use in creating prompts that will deliver better results. Far too often, we ask for it to do something, a simple task, generate an outbound sales email. But we don't give it enough context. We don't explain the purpose. We don't talk about who we're sending it to or why we're sending it. We don't describe what our goals are. And we get disappointed right away when we don't get the perfect result. The very last thing that you should be doing with every GPT prompt is discussing it. You should be interacting with the technology and talking to it and asking it for better reasons and better results. Now, I did say that AI was just a tool. And I often joke that while AI can do a lot of things, it can't teach my dog to play the piano. I mean, that would be amazing, right? I mean, a dog playing piano. Well, it would be amazing if it could sell for us, but it can't. You're not going to be replaced. You're not going to be overpowered by AI. If you use it well, it's going to do an incredible job of helping you and freeing you up to do the things that only you can do. Build relationships and rapport with people. If you use it right, you might be surprised by what you can do with it. Technology is an incredible equalizer, and I am excited for what you'll be able to do with AI and other technologies. It will transform the business that you're in. It'll make it bigger, brighter, faster, more personalized, and it will give you a chance to enjoy every minute of it. I hope that you build something incredible with it. Thank you so much.